What is up, boys and girls? It's your boy coming at you with another episode in our Wushu Chronicles series in the latest patch. Unfortunately, since I built a streaming PC, I lost all my saves again, so kind of like replayed up to a certain point that was close to where I dropped off in the in the previous video. But the main difference is the starting character itself. It started off with different stats, nothing majorly different, but basically the same, more or less the same strat with money and cultivation, and I think it's damage reduction or bonus damage to fist. I don't remember. Either way, that's where we are now. The other major difference is that instead of joining the Taoist Temple second, I went for Ruthless Clan second because I was having a lot of trouble with money. So I kind of like needed money, so I did that instead. So for this video in particular, what I'm gonna show you is the tournament. So in order to register for this tournament, in this box here, this shows your reputation, like your fame in the world. So it needs to be this level for you to be able to register. So whenever you leave and join a sect, you lose, I think, between 1 to 3 levels of reputation. It depends. So usually when you join your second sect is when you have the most, well, you're most likely to have maxed out your reputation and be able to sign up for the tournament. Now this is a cool little thing that I tested out and I messed around with while I was making my character and like testing out stuff. So you go to the Tianji Pavilion and then you go and you talk to this old man, and when you have this level of fame, as I just showed you on the character sheet, you can sign up for it. So I'm gonna sign up, and once I've signed up I can start doing the first fight. So I don't necessarily have to do it now, I don't have to start, but I think the best thing to do is to have a character that's strong enough to do the first fight, and then you do the first fight, and once you've done the first fight you're officially registered in the tournament. So the amount of reputation that you have, your fame, doesn't matter anymore at all. So what you can do with that is that you can just keep grinding out whatever you want to grind out. Like if you want to keep joining sects and whatever, you can keep doing that and not have to worry about this anymore. But if you die in any of these fights, you're permadead, so you have to start from your save, kind of thing. Now I don't know if I'm strong enough to kill her, but I hope I am. Alright, so now that we've done the first fight, even though he keeps saying that you need to have this amount of reputation to sign up, it doesn't matter. You've done the first fight, you're registered, it's all good, it's all fine and dandy. Before I get too carried away, I have to remember to change one internal. So as far as the life points, the life skills, this character had extremely bad spread. Like I had 0.15 drinking, my insight was like 3 or something. I got it to 100 obviously by doing the hunting minigame. I got the insight inner already maxed. My martial arts comprehension also was really low, so it's still only on 95. My cooking was 14, which I never used. My medicine was okay. I still need a lot of points to polish my medicine and poison making for later, for the harder fights. I got my money making to 100, blacksmithing to 100 as well. I got the recipe for the, well, it's no longer the best because I've managed to find a new one that's better, and I'll show you how to get it really soon, also in this video. And I've crafted I'll equip the crit one. Crafted boots. I got the artifact from Taoist Temple by challenging them, so I have the 30% bonus damage. And other than that, I haven't really done anything extraordinary. Just all the quests that I cover in my usual videos. Like, nothing super special. So and from the bonus world boss fights, I think I've only defeated the old man in Baikal village that's behind the mountain, in that sect. So I got this inner because I really needed a Jianghu inner that was Yang and could combine well with Baihu people and with RG 5th. Other than that, I don't have anything extra or special. I formed a few blood bonds, but nothing that I don't usually do, you know. Yep, that's more or less it about the character on its own. So nothing really major has changed. It's just that I think it has damage reduction instead of the 30% bonus damage from the starting stats. Alright, so what I want to cover next is Jianghu factions that I've kind of like messed around with and tried to join and stuff like that. So I discussed previously about the Dharmic Buddhists in what's it called? In Two Hell's Gate. Basically, I would only join those if you want to skip Shaolin, and the way to join them is that you defeat. I'll actually show you now, so it's not confusing at all. So if you want to join those guys, you have to defeat this guy, and by defeating him, you just talk to him again, and you can join, and then he teleports you straight there. He can teleport you from Shaolin to that place, straight to them. Then you can have a shop open up there. You can buy a bunch of inners, and they're also pretty good at making medicine. So this is the guy that you have to fight with. You can spar him once just to get the weapon if you want, but the next conversation that you can have with him is for you to join that particular faction. So if you're interested in skipping Shaolin, and because if you want to get Lotus Sutra straight away by raiding them or whatever, you can do that. But then you've locked yourself out of joining a faction, and you could have just joined the school and then whatever, you know, just for a little bit of patience. However, you can join this faction and use any weapon. You get all the Shaolin inners plus a few extra ones, but it's nothing like out of the ordinary. From what I remember, you don't get a special armor to craft, and it's mostly just a lot of inners, and that's basically it. So it's nothing wow, but who knows? If you like it, do it, you know. The other thing that I wanted to show you is, well, we'll just start from this side and go to the other side. I think that might be easier. So no faction here, no faction there. I still haven't found a way to join Penglai, which is the one I really want to join. I've tried everything I can possibly think of, but I don't know how to do it. It might be something that's only possible in a higher difficulty of the game, and I'm playing on medium, I think, or easy. I don't remember, but it might be only something that's for master mode. So another faction that I've been able to join is this one here in 5 Lakes 5 Poisons, and it's from these guys. For joining them, you have to be evil, number 1, and number 2, once you're evil, you have to challenge them, I think, defeat them. It's super easy. They're like 6k HP each. It's super fucking easy. So after doing that, you need to have 100 liang in your bag, and you're gonna pay this guy 100 liang. You're gonna get some evil points, and then you join the faction. What this faction gives you is a weapon craft, so you can craft a new fist weapon, and what that weapon does is each turn you get 3 drunken stacks, and you also have a chance to dispel one of the enemy's buffs. So if you're planning to play like Drunken Fist, like with Drunken Stacks, this is a really good faction to join, just because of that weapon. It doesn't do the most damage in the game, like it doesn't give you the highest amount of strength, but like just the effects on its own make up for that, you know what I mean? So its base stats are like 444 on the strength, and when you craft it with max blacksmithing you get it to plus 666. So that would be really good if that's a build that you're planning or want to play with. So yeah, there's that. The next one that I'm gonna show you, so we've talked about, is if you're a sword user. Like if you want to play with a sword build, then you go to Mount Hua Sword Sect over here. And I think, unlike the other one, here you need to be good. You have to be a good character. Like you need to have good alignment, and your alignment is visible here. Like now I'm a good character. I have a good alignment. And you go and you talk to him, I think it was. No. You either join through him or through him, but in order to do so I think you need to have pledged allegiance, which I haven't done yet. I'm stopping with the allegiance pledging here because I'm gonna level up the character and bring it to a really high point, and from there the videos will just cover each individual path without showing you all the boring leveling where I'm just going back between the sect camp and the house to get cultivation, back to sect camp, back to sect house, blah 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 blah. It's boring, and it's just rinse and repeat. I will leave all the endgame bosses and then I'll do everything in one go, kind of thing. So yeah, so here you can click on him and he'll tell you all the requirements to join and what they offer. And I'll try to give you a quick explanation of what that is, because I rarely haven't made a pure sword character in this game in a really long time, so I don't remember like if this is super value. So it tells you that their unique power feature is true damage, recommended weapons obviously sword. The unique internal that you get from them is called no missing sense of opportunity. Like you never, to translate it as basically, it's like you don't miss opportunities, you're ever vigilant, kind of thing. The exclusive equipment is not an armor, again, which I think is a problem, but it depends how good this inner is, I don't know. You're gonna get a it's like a 2 meter 7-star sword, something like that. So I'm assuming it's a weapon recipe that you can craft as well, and I assume it's pretty good. Then their unique artifact is called the Kunlun mirror. And other than that, wait, I need to move this so I can see, because I think it's something to do with buffing you. Yeah, because they're called the Kunlun faction. So by joining them, it makes all your moves restore 3% of your current HP, and it's considered as true damage. So it will ignore the enemy's defense, which in this game is called root value. So it will ignore that. And in order to join, you need to complete the mission Master and Apprentice Reunion, and you need to learn a specific moveset called Kunlun Liangyi Sword, which you can look at the end characters here, and you should have a sword move that has those characters in it. That's how you can tell, because you can't avoid not completing this mission. You have to be reunited with him in order to progress to get to pledge allegiance to a faction. So it's not something you can avoid. You have to do all the main story quests and then you get to this point. But I might be missing the move, so I'm not exactly sure. got snow sword, Tai Chi sword, more Tai Chi sword. Is it this one? No, this one's just heavenly sword. No, that's definitely not it. That's a ruthless sword. Okay, so for me the problem might be that I don't have the sword move. The way to get the sword move, I'm assuming, don't quote me 100%, is probably you get it by joining Mount Hua Sword Sect. So if you're a swordsman, you might want to join Mount Hua Sword Sect after you join Royal Guard. Like Royal Guard, no matter what path you want to take, fist, staff, sword, blade, well, if you go blade you definitely should join RG first, but Royal Guard should always be your first sect because of the salary, and if you get unlucky in the character creation you're not going to make a lot of money. Royal Guard will give you some money every year, like 36 liang, which is really good at the start, because some quests it will cost you 30 liang to complete or whatever. Especially when you have to remake your dad's armor, you need money, that shit costs a lot, so it's good to have the money. Okay, so that's this sect covered. Well, not this sect, this faction. The next Vagrant faction that I want to cover is gonna be, let me think. So I want to keep it like within this side of the map and then go to the next one. Well, the one that is in the northern desert is basically the Ming Zhao forces. So the way that you join the Ming Zhao forces, they're mostly a blacksmithing vagrant faction, and let's see what they offer. First I want to see what they offer and then I'll show you how to join them, because I don't remember all of them, because I mainly tried to join Peach Blossom Island, because I wanted Penglai faction or Peach Blossom Island faction. So and I found a way to join Peach Blossom Island, which is really good. And actually I'm gonna probably join that one for this playthrough, and maybe for the next paths as well. I'm not sure unless I can find something better. So you can challenge them from this NPC. This guy I don't care about right now. I'm gonna do the Shaolin quest later. Okay, if I want to blacksmith, challenge him. Oh, this guy's shop opened up. Okay, can buy some crappy wine. So who can tell me about the faction actually? But anyway, this is their headquarters, and this is where all the shops will open up for you if you do decide to go with Ming Zhao forces. Like, you're gonna have several shops, and this guy's gonna sell you extra stuff as well, and this guy's gonna have a shop from what I remember. And this guy's technically the leader, and you can challenge them. You can only challenge each vagrant faction once, and then you get their respective reward for it. So each one will give you different things according to what they do. If the reward, for example, is an armor or a weapon, in most cases, from what I've tested so far, you don't get the recipe as well to craft it yourself. So once you get that item, that's it, that's all you're getting, unless you join that respective faction, which I'll explain the case for Ming Zhao, and there's one more that does that. Because when you join them, you can still challenge them, get the item, but you also get the recipe to craft it yourself. So we go to I think this was Yanjing, Nanjing, I don't remember. Anyway, we go to this place, and from here it's just the faction that's across the bridge that you challenge from one of the Shaolin quests. You have to fight the guy. No. Okay, so here I have two options for him. The first one is to inquire about the sect itself, and the second one is I want to befriend the Ming Zhao forces. So I want to know what the sect does. Obviously it's gonna be a blade sect from what I remember. I don't know. Oh no. Okay, so their quote-unquote special feature is that they can apply burning stacks, which is what you also can apply with the 9 yin manual that you get from killing the ape. So if you're going to be Yang and want to apply a lot of burn stacks, this might be something that you want to consider. And the recommended weapons is unarmed, so they might have some extra recipes for fist and stuff, or maybe skills. Yeah, it says their unique internal powers, ancient manual of volcano power. So again, something of or sacred divine fire. Depends how you want to read it. So that's, I'm assuming it's going to be more burning stacks that you can stack with 9 yin manual. So it says that their unique equipment is holy flame clothing and holy fire order. So I'm guessing they're going to give you a weapon recipe and maybe a weapon recipe and an armor recipe. And their unique item, well, their accessory is the half skin scroll. Okay. So what it says for their description: befriend Ming Zhao to get 100 pieces of wood, and you can buy their like their respective weapons and props from the stores that they have available. Now I'm a little bit curious as to what this does, so I'm gonna make a little save and we're gonna join these people because I don't really remember how good this faction is. Like, I always brushed it aside because I was like, oh, it's just a blacksmithing faction, whatever. So here, now that I've joined them, I have the option when I talk to him that he'll teleport me straight to their what do I want to say, their headquarters. There you go. I keep eating words, sorry guys. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm recording this, but I'm committed. So yeah, now that I'm here, okay, this guy gives me no new option, no store open, whatever, it's fine, we don't really care. We have money. Did we get anything new? No, not yet, so you don't get it automatically on joining. I'm assuming we can buy it from one of the shops. So, like I told you, this guy's gonna open up a shop, and here he sells us a bunch of armor, weapons, blah blah, and this is their inner. Yeah, this is their inner. Okay, we'll buy that. 150, it's fine, whatever, I don't care. And this is with max money making, so keep in mind that if you do want to join this, you need to have 150 saved up to buy that inner. Okay, as far as these goes, the weapons are kind of shit. Maybe this blade recipe would be cool to get, but it's not better than this. Like, no blade actually is better than this. Also the best staff. Okay, the armors are just standard stuff. Nothing crazy, wow. So let's see the inner, what it looks like. Wow, 30 yang. Okay then. Immune to burning. Okay, so this gives you immunity to burning. Gain 3 yang every round. And infuriating, and 2 rejuvenation stacks. Okay, cool. That's not too bad. So this one is kind of like a PvE buff. The second line, it's like you have a chance to get some sort of benefit, but not more than once a month. And I think you have 100% chance. I don't know. It's kind of hard to translate and explain. It's like, I think you have 100% chance to reflect negative effects back to the enemy, but it's only like one stack of it. I don't know for sure. I'd have to level this and check it out to confirm 100%. But this is a really high tier inner. This is like insanely high tier. Like it starts off at 1080. This is like a god tier inner, so it's really strong. It looks decent. Like it's really not a bad inner overall. I think it can do good if you're playing like a Yang build, but you're super limited to, like, it can only be used if you're playing a Yang build, honestly. So here we have a new option. Learn to forge the sacred torch. Yes, we want to learn that. Teach us the ways. Okay, so this would be their armor. Plus 4,800. That's kind of low for a base. Gain 1 layer of toughness every round, which means you take less damage and stuff. And you can apply a stack of burning, the same type of stack that you can apply with 9 yin manual to the opponent when they're attacking you. You have a chance to do that. Okay. What's this? I'm guessing that's another recipe she can teach us. Inquire about sheepskin remnants. Okay. There we go. So this is their accessory. Okay, so this accessory buffs an inner and soul returning 10 stars, something like that. And if you're using that inner with this, you're basically like the effects of the inner are times 10, and you also have a chance to apply a burning stack, the usual blah blah that goes with this faction. Okay, so what I'm curious now is the weapon. Who can teach me about the fucking weapon? Okay, you don't want to teach me about the weapon. Okay, so nothing got added to this guy's shop either. Interesting. So I'm guessing this guy's gonna teach me the weapon. Learn to forge the torch. Yeah. Okay, teach me. Okay, so now... Okay, so it's bare hand as well. Plus 668. That's actually really high. It's actually very high. Okay, so when you attack, you have the chance to give them 1 stack of burning, or you can increase your defense value by 100%. So you're either going to give them a stack of burning, or you're gonna buff your defense. That's actually kind of fucking crazy, I'm not gonna lie. I think actually looking into this now changed my opinion about them. That's really strong. It's not like broken, but it's definitely good, definitely strong. Let's see, just for science's sake. Okay, so it would cost 5 silver and 8 gold. Do I have crit thingies? Yeah, well, I'm gonna reload after this anyway, so this doesn't really matter. So let's say we go for crit, and from the armors. I've learned how to make it, and this is probably gonna be HP. Okay, so to go to 7,200, that's not bad, that's respectable. With the HP buff, that's pretty high. That's pretty high. And it goes to 1,000. Holy shit. Yeah, that's really strong. So this is really good if you're planning on being a unarmed Yang user. I might actually join this faction for one of my playthroughs, because this looks pretty memey. Yeah, that's pretty strong. I mean, but I'd be forced into using I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna use this though. I don't want to sit there and like think about the inner and shit, because I think that'd be kind of annoying. Because it's not their inner that gets buffed, it's something else. I don't know if I want to sit there and like hunt for it and shit. I mean, whatever, it's fine. So that's more or less the benefits of this one. It's actually a lot better than what I remembered it was, considering how you get a weapon and an armor recipe, and the weapon crafted is really strong. Like, you get plus 1,000. So that's okay. It's up there. But yeah, it kind of like pushes you into a specific direction as to like what inners work really well for you and shit. So, and I like to have that as open as possible. Okay, hopefully you find that helpful, guys, because I think it's cool that even my opinion changes sometimes when I actually test stuff out. Because this is something I didn't test, but I was like, I remember them just being a blacksmithing sector, and I was like, they probably suck. But yeah, pretty good. Ming Zhao forces, definitely strong. Okay, so moving on to the next one. It's gonna be a pretty obvious one, which is the Eastern Forces, which are the Japanese invaders of the latest expansion for the game. So they're an evil Vagrant faction, but you can even join when you're good. All you really need to do to join them is complete the 3 random encounters that you get with one of their NPCs, and he gives you a really basic-ish inner. But from completing that and defeating him 3 times, you then gain access to join them. So I'll show you the NPC now, so you know his picture and all that stuff, and you can always find him here anyway. So I think it's when this guy visits you 3 times and he gives you the inner, you can automatically join the Eastern Forces. It doesn't matter whether you're good, you're evil, but they're an evil faction. See, I want to befriend the Eastern Forces. You can challenge them, and this way you can see what they offer. They're a blade sect, and they offer you, I think it's 200 liang up front. No, it's 1,000 liang over the course of I don't know how many months, or per year, and you can go and pick it up and you get 1,000 liang. So they're good at like dispelling debuffs and killing stuff. Their unique internal is 7 swordsmanship flows, 7 blades flows, something like that. And you get 2 things. You get something called Demon Blade, Muramasa. I think that's the name of the blade. I think it's just one thing, to be fair. The Demon Blade Muramasa, so you'll be able to craft a decent blade, I'm guessing. And you get a unique item, Ming Yang Forbidden Scroll, something like that. But yeah, anyway, you just get money, evil points, and the ability to craft the blade. And it says they also offer middle and low level internal skills in their shop. So that's more or less it. I don't really like to play blades because I think they're a bit... Like, every time I played the blade build, it felt really, really strong. And, I don't know, I just always end up crafting the same blade, which was the one that you learn standardly from the shop, because just the buffs, the crit and crit chance and all that, it's just fucking insane. But who knows, this one might be better. I don't think any of them actually hold it for you to see, but yeah, I'm assuming it looks cool. But anyway, if you're Blade, definitely join the Eastern Forces, because it's all tiered for Blade, and I'm assuming their inner as well is tiered specifically for Blade, so it's gonna do well. But if you're gonna go Blade, then as far as elements go, you probably would be looking to like maybe get one level of Yang, like to have the 36, just for the basic 10% HP, and then try to get as high as you can in the metal elements, so you can apply bleed stacks easier. So, because if you keep stacking bleed stacks, most of the blade inners are related to applying bleed stacks, so you want to do that as often as possible. Alright, so that's, I think, all the factions on this side of the map, because I've shown the Buddhists before in other videos and I don't want to go through over the same stuff too many times. Okay, other than that, there's nothing here, nothing here. The Zeelong Vagrant faction, I think they're called. That's where you fight the ape next to Ling Zhao. Again, I have not managed to find a way to join them. I think because they're a sword-related skill, sword-related sect. I've had issues with it, but let's just go and check it out just in case, just to be on the safe side. This video is gonna be a little bit long, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna try and cover all of these factions in it alongside the tournament at the start. Okay, so let's see. Restrain the enemy state. So they're to do with debuffing a lot. You can use any weapon. Unique internal strength is Zheng Yi Jing or Zheng Jing. Unique equipment, Zuxian's demon boots, and executioner clothes. And unique item is the Amulet of Righteousness. Okay, so it says befriending them improves your good and evil. Then you can buy the gifts in their shop. They also offer medium and low level internal skills. Then it tells me the same thing that it tells me for Penglai. So I guess maybe in order to do this I'd have to play on a higher difficulty of the game. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check that out, because I actually never tried that out. Like, maybe they limited some of the factions to the particular game difficulty, or it could be your level of power, I don't know. But I've come here when I was like disgustingly strong as well, and I still couldn't join, so I'm assuming it's the game's difficulty level. So to join some factions you need to play on medium or above. I'll actually check that out and then I'll let you know for sure. So this faction could also be really good, and it works for any weapons. The inners and moves that I've seen them use are all pretty strong when I challenged them and I fought them, so this is a solid faction. So is Penglai, works for any whatever, but I guess that's why they put like such strong factions behind a particular wall. Okay, so the second to last faction that I'm gonna show you is in here, in the Dragon Sect. To join this one is super easy, but it doesn't matter whether you're good or evil. The only thing that you need to do is you need to have medicine above 80, and the second thing that you need to do is form a life and death oath with her. So once you have a life and death oath with her, you can join this place. So they give you a armor recipe, which gives you like frost stacks. Like the main thing that this faction deals with is applying frost stacks. I've joined it before. I've played with the inner. I've used the armor. It's okay. It's okay. It's not amazing. It's not bad. But again, if you're not like using particular ways to stack frost and don't want to play like a frost build and whatever, this place really has no super relevance. Yeah, you gotta, I think it's a higher statted armor than the one from Ming Zhao, so you can get it up to like 8,000-9,000-ish HP and mana plus, but it's like whatever. The inner is not bad. I think I've put a few pictures of it on Discord. It's not bad, but it's not wow. Like I think that the Ming Zhao inner is better, in my opinion. Like if you're, at least if you're playing like unarmed, if you're playing sword, then this could actually work out a lot better for you, I think, because swords synergize better with yin inners, and yin inners usually apply frost stacks. So I think that would be a really good synergy for that. But if you're playing fist, it's kind of like eh. From what I've seen just now at Ming Zhao's better, and so is Peach Blossom Island. Alright, so that's this faction covered. So all you need to do is 80 medicine and gift her until you form a blood bond. Once you form a blood bond, I think you join from her or from this girl. So from one of these two you can join her, and then you get immediate access to the shops. You can buy the inner, buy the learn the armor recipe, and that's it. That's all that they offer. It's a decent faction, but I think they should have made it more for swords than for all types, because I can't imagine you applying like frost stacks with a staff, for example. I think that would be like yeah, you could, because you have some of them with like a lot of hits and shit, but like just the inners themselves, it's yin inners that usually apply frost stacks. Like even Frozen Heart, or whatever the fuck it's called, Icy Heart, where is it? Even like Icy Heart, it's a fucking yin inner, like, and it's like literally the frost stacking inner. The same with the inners that you get from Ling Zhao that are to do with applying frost stacks. Yeah, they're usually like yin and something, or like pure yin. So I don't know, it's a little bit awkward if you ask me, but I mean, you could make it work. I don't want to say, you know, you can't do something, because you obviously can, but I just don't think it would be maximum efficiency, so to speak. Alright, so now on to the last faction that I'm gonna show you. I might have missed one or two, but it's late at night, I'm a little bit tired, so I might have forgotten. And the video's already gone on for long enough, it's like 45 minutes. But I hope my explanation's been thorough. You get the idea. You even saw what happens when you join a faction, and how to do whatever you need to do, like talking to various NPCs and stuff. So to qualify for even going to Peach Blossom Island, is it needs to be after 1398, I think, in April, and from there the rumor started, and you can come and talk to her, and it's this option. So you pick the second option, and then she tells you blah blah blah, there's a way to get there. You're like, oh, I want to go there because I'm a tourist, and you know, turistas, we love to go to places. And you talk to this boatman over here, and then you've initiated the quest to fight him and gain access to it. And Now we can challenge him. So we're gonna challenge him real quick, beat these guys up, and then go to Peach Blossom Island, and I'll show you what you need to do. Alright, so now that that's done, we talk to him again, and then we can go to Peach Blossom Island. This is the most important part about joining this faction. Don't fight anyone, don't talk to anyone, because there's a chance that it can mess with this. Second thing, make sure that you have relatively high reputation, and that it doesn't matter so much whether you're good or evil, but I've noticed that when I'm like really evil, I have issues. I've had issues with this because I tried it out and it didn't show up as an option. So the first thing you do is you go and you talk to this guy, and boom, I want to befriend the Peach Blossom Island forces. So joining them is easy, right? So you join them, and then they'll open up, he's gonna open up a shop for you. Their inner is not gonna be in the shop, like their specific inner and all the stuff that they offer. But what you do get for joining them, there's no armor, no weapon, no nothing. It's just an outfit. So all you get is an outfit, but the inner is absolutely insane. Especially if you're playing Fist. If you're playing Fist, this is the inner you want to get, because it's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Here, because I'm on max reputation, I have a bonus option from her to wander the island for a month and be forgotten by people, but I don't want to do that. So, what the faction benefits are is they specialize in like abnormal statuses, like applying buffs and debuffs. Basically, they like the inner is really good at you getting buffs and stealing buffs, so it's really good. You can use any weapon. The inner itself is the like Taihuan Ancient Manual Spectrum. It's a really long name, I can't translate it properly, but it's a really long inner and it's really strong. The unique equipment is the outfit that I told you, and the unique prop is the 9 Brews Spring Wine. there's um, two really good bonus perks of joining them. One is you get a pill that permanently buffs your stats once you eat it, but it's just one pill and it's not like an insane amount of increase. I think it was like 1000 HP and 500 mana, but keep in mind that you're going to pay 1000 mana to get the special inner from the crazy old man in the northern desert. So basically by joining them you only pay 500 of your mana permanently. That's going to be gone from your character. And the second cool thing that you can do is once you've joined them, is that you can go and talk to, I think it was this girl, and when you talk to this girl she'll give you a huge list of options, so you can spend a month here to level up your professions, any profession you want. So you don't have to do mini games, you don't have to do whatever. If you want to skip, you know, some mini games and whatever, you can do that and just spend a month here and level them that way. About getting their inner, it's not going to be available in his shop, neither is going to be the accessory. So the way to get those is that you have to start the quest line from your dad, and then having started that quest line, you need to defeat the 7 brothers, blah blah blah, and then once you defeat the 7 brothers you get the option to defeat the leader of the faction, which is the Eastern Heretic, this guy. And once you defeat him you get a chat option with him and you ask him to teach you the ancient the super inner of the sect, which is insane. The second really important thing, by joining this faction you get different crafting options from your dad. So you need to join the faction first before you start the quest line with your dad, because it changes the inners that he can make for you. And there's a new inner that he can make for you that's specifically designed for 18 Dragon Palm. So every single skill from 18 Dragon Palm is going to have a bonus effect, it's going to do more damage, and it's going to give you more Yang stacks. So literally that inner is solely for dragon spamming the living hell out of your enemy and just destroying them. It's really good because I like 18 Dragon Palm and I use it pretty often in most of my fights. On top of that, it's gonna teach you a new buff skill, which is gonna be in this section, right? And it's gonna be a part of the 18 Dragon Palm set. So it basically adds another move to the set. And you can use that move to convert all your Yang stacks into Yin stacks. And basically if you have like 35 or something Yang stacks, which is going to take you a few rounds to get to if you put in the right inners and stuff, you can just convert them to Yin stacks, have an insanely high crit rate, and then just rebuild up your Yang stacks and just destroy if the enemy can't dispel your beneficial buffs and whatever. So that's like the main things to keep in mind with Peach Blossom Island. It's a little bit more tricky, and you can screw yourself over easily by like talking to someone or doing something extra or whatever, you know. Because if, for example, you don't join and you start the quest line from your dad or whatever, you can't craft the specific inners for being a part of the faction from him, and you still get the ultimate inner from the Eastern Heretic. So it's almost been an hour, boys. That's more or less everything that I had to cover for this video. Thank you very much for watching. What I will be doing from here is I'm just gonna keep leveling the character, and as I mentioned, I'm gonna join Peach Blossom Island, and I will post videos of all the Peach Blossom stuff for sure, so you guys can see it too. And then I'll just keep leveling in my own time, and once the character reaches the point where it can pledge allegiance and do all the endgame fights, or like most of them anyway, that's when I'll upload as well for the Dragon Path, including the full storyline and everything. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Sorry it was a 1 hour video, but yeah, I hope you find all the information useful, and I'll see you next time. Peace.